This is going to be just a short update to the previous Moulton video I did a few days ago. As somebody suggested in the comments, we have the name of the CEO, this guy Adrian Williams. I have not been able to find much of anything about him. What I do know is that he is the CEO of this so-called Moulton Group, which in turn owns something else. It owns the Moulton Bicycle Company Limited. So this is not exactly really a publicly traded company, but his title is CEO. And they repurchased the original facilities, which were set up by Dr. Alex Moulton decades ago in the 1960s when he came out with the original frame. All of these are really hand fabricated. This is not like a Ford Motor Company manufacturing on the assembly line or Track importing frames from China and everything is made by machines. So this is really a fabrication process. And by the way, some of these bikes that he built in the 1960s are still on the road today, and I have seen and touched some of them, and the quality is exceptional. More than half a century after they were made, they are still sensational bikes. They also hired a COO who is a Cambridge engineer, a Cambridge educated professional engineer, and apparently they have big plans for the future. What those are, I have no idea, but this information is from the moultonbuzz.com website. So if you are interested in the details, you may want to bookmark this website. Currently, they have production going on at 2 locations. As you can see, this is in England, not far from London. The main headquarters are in the south, and they are looking to close down the operations in the north. I'm assuming they are trying to do something similar to what the Brompton has done. A newly updated facility with more capacity, and they are talking about new models, so possibly something made out of titanium or carbon fiber, possibly an electric. And unfortunately, based on what they have been doing so far, they are likely to screw those up and not give us what we really want. Now I'm going to show you a Moulton clone. And this clone is a recent fabrication. As you can see, it's not separable. It looks a bit different. This bottom tube is thicker than it would be on the original steel frame Moultons. And there are some little details that are different. And the one thing that strikes you is that this thing has gears in the rear, but it was built for some serious speed. I have no other information on this. What is the top speed? How fast can somebody go on like this? On something like this. This chain wheel would probably give you a speed of minimum 40 miles an hour, if not 50. It is an elegant bike. How stupid it's made by something called One Off. This is a fairly new company, and now they are making some kind of handy cycles. So it's not a serious competitor to the Moulton. But we have on another website some bigger pictures of this bike. Fascinating stuff. And the titanium is not painted. I also have no information on the weight of this thing. I would like to know how much it weighs. But this is a nice job. It doesn't look quite as delicate as the Moulton, but it is a nice job. And it has a ton of gears, maybe 6 gears in the rear and 2 in the front. So the idea was that even though it was built for extreme speeds and downhills, it can still climb to some extent. Not like a mountain bike, but it can still climb. Now there was an original Moulton titanium which was built way back. This was put on auction a while back As you can see, the starting price was 6,000 euros, pretty much 6,000 US dollars as well. I'm sure they sold it for a lot more than this. And this is an actual Moulton, and it utilizes something that looks like a zipper fairing, but there is a Moulton logo on it. So maybe there is a cooperation between Zipper and Moulton, or maybe Zipper copied the design. That is possible. It would be nice to see this as an available accessory. Otherwise, this is a total Moulton. You see the suspension, and it's all titanium gray. I kind of like the frames that are titanium and not painted. I kind of like not painted frames. But then I have a Brompton that has a nickel plating on it. Still better than painted because it's still an all metal frame. So there's something special about a frame being not covered up by a facade of paint on it. And I consider a nickel plating pretty close to the original, even though it looks totally different. So I just wanted to update you on this. If you want more information, definitely check out that website that I was using, moultonbuzz.com. I'll see you in the next video.